One Cochran Sports Showdown is brought to you by Number One Cochran, Go One Better, and by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Have a greater hand in your health. All right, we're back. Baseball all of a sudden opens up its floodgates for a lot of big-time contracts. We had seen nothing for the course of the offseason. Several months had gone by. Machado gets a deal. Nolan Arenado gets a deal. And the last, of course, was Bryce Harper, who gets a deal. One that he deserves. Someone certainly paid it. The Phillies believe in him. But my question tonight would be, Tim Benz, I'll start with you, is 13 years. To me, when you look at the majority of contracts that are over 10 years, I'm talking about guaranteed contracts, most of them in the end, owners would tell you I shouldn't have done that. It was good at the beginning. It wasn't good in the middle or end. Do you like 13 years, and do you think this is going to be a productive relationship?
No and no. I think he's too volatile. I think the Philadelphia fan base is too volatile. I think 13 years is too long. I don't think he's good enough to get the Phillies there himself. I think he's a great player, but not as good as $13 million to the tune of, 13 years to $330 million. Oh,
I love the deal. If the Pirates had signed Bryce Harper to this contract, I would say it's a new day and a new beginning for the sport in this community. The Phillies signed a $2.5 billion television deal. They can't spend $330 million on one of the 5 best players.
Therein lies the biggest problem in baseball.
It does. No, that's right, Bob. But since we're playing by this set of rules where there's no hard cap on how much a team can spend, if you have all the money, why not spend it? If I'm a Phillies fan, I'm ecstatic. It's not my money that they're spending.
They didn't like Ryan Howard at the end a lot.
We'll be
That's what
tickets.
They won a World Series with Ryan Howard. They went to another one.
At the end, they still didn't like it. So
who's they?
The fan base. They didn't want him there.
Let me tell you something.
His play deteriorated, and that's my point about these long-term deals. And if they win 2 championships in Philadelphia, I would say then it's a great deal for Philadelphia, regardless if he does nothing else.
He's underpaid for the first, 5-6 years of that deal?
By market standards, yes.
Yeah, and then so you overpay him on the back end, and he's not going to be in his 40s. He's getting into free agency at 25, which I think makes it a little bit different, too.
I agree.
I have a tough time seeing this thing end well, though, Andrew. I see what you're saying, and I understand the math with their TV deal, but the way Bryce Harper is personally, and I mean, he rubbed some people the
Jason,
wrong way.
Great point, but let me give you a rebuttal. It's going to end ugly for Phil Kessel with the Penguins. Was it still worth it?
It's going to end uglier with Bryce Harper in a 13-year deal.
I understand
They can get out from under Kessel.
Are they going to win 2 World Series?
They might. Why wouldn't they?
Well, if they win 2 World Series in the first 3 years of having them, that's not ugly.
I think it's easier for one winner to impact a hockey team than one outfielder to impact.
Fair enough.
To impact a baseball
and
team.
plus, as volatile as that city is, and I mean that I guess literally and figuratively, how's that marriage going to make it 13 years? It's just not. Harper's going to get mad. The fans are going to get tired of him. It's not going to go. I mean, they're not going to win a World Series, and they're going to end up both sides hating each other, in my opinion.
I don't know if they're not going to win a World Series. They've got, one of the 10 best pitchers in baseball now?
And you know what?
They still have money to spend.
13 years
they might
is such
get
an
Trout.
insane window. You can't even say that they're not going to. So, strike that. I mean, you can't say anything's going to happen for 13 years. That's how ludicrous it is to commit.
It's a $10 billion bid.
Well, I guess to Andrew's earlier point, for 13 years, we could say the Pirates are going to finish under 500. So we could have said
It's a $10 billion industry. The rich teams should spend money, and he was one of the rare great free agents available, so I commend him on actually doing it.
Yeah, that's fine if you're one of those teams, but then you look at the rest of the league, no matter what people say, it's not healthy.
You're right.
It's a terrible situation. Economic uncertainty with these little markets means you can't be competitive. I don't care what the stats say, because generally speaking now, every year Philadelphia plays, they'll have a better chance of winning than Pittsburgh, regardless, just because. We're due for break. We'll take it right now.